What is up, everybody? Brad here, back with another 2-day backpacking trip. I am back in San Diego County. I am near Mount Laguna. Did a little car camping last night off of Pine Creek Road. And I am going to jump onto the PCT, go southbound for probably 15 miles, and find a spot to camp. I believe there's still water running at one of the creeks last time I checked the report. And then wake up and do a loop back to my car. It's not too far from the Penny Pines trailhead. So it should be 20 miles today, 10 or 12 miles tomorrow. It's been hot in San Diego, so came up here instead of the desert. Hopefully it'll be a little bit cooler. Should be low 80s for the high, 50s for the low. I do not have all my ultralight gear. I left quite a bit behind in San Diego of my old stuff, so I got a heavy pack, heavy 3.5 pound sleeping bag. So my back's gonna be screaming by the end of this. PCT, Garnet Peak Junction. So I just need to go up there. Great views already. There's granite right in the middle. I'm gonna drop back down on the PCT, go south. Whoa, I just got buzzed by a bird. And walk along there and then get up to Monument Peak, which is that peak in the center of the frame. All those towers on it. Check out the view from there too. All right, we are back on the PCT, going south. This is PCT mile 49.8, give or take. I wasn't originally gonna bag this peak, but since it's so close and I have time today, let's see what this is. This is listed as peak 5663, between Garnet Peak and Monument Peak. According to Far Out, the faucet is on over here at Penny Pines Trailhead, so I'm gonna camel up and take a little break, come back. PCT's right back there where that sign was. Had a lizard or something. Alright, there it is. Monument Peak. Yeah, one of these towers has cameras, one in each direction, northwest, east, and south. And put the link in the description, but you can get on there and click and watch all the pictures and footage, video. It's 24/7. I'm not sure how far it goes back. I think a few years, but it's pretty interesting to see when there's a storm that comes through or if there's been snow up here. We don't want to hang out too long underneath that. Get cooked. Here's the view from Monument Peak. Just heading down this fire road, leaving Monument Peak. And there's a little trail that will connect back to the PCT. And from there, I think I'm gonna stop at there's a little viewpoint or rest area. Not sure the exact name. And take another couple-minute break. I am just, man, I am out of energy today. Not because I didn't sleep good last night, but I'm about 10 miles in, but yeah, just not moving as quick as I'd like to. So after I leave the little viewpoint, I'm gonna follow the PCT past Burnt Ranchita campground, fill up some water. I think there's a water spigot that's on, and then actually head back towards the road and to the little store in Laguna Mountain. Get a couple cold drinks. In my haste to pack all my stuff, I left some cheese and, worst of all, my stove and fuel canister, so it will be cold coffee tomorrow. But I'm gonna grab a couple things at the store and then jump back on the PCT. Yeah, it is warm today. I'd say it's mid-80s. Thought it would be a little cooler, but no such luck. Alright, almost to the rest area. I see some tables up there. Get in the shade, take another break. Next stop is the water fountain at Burnt Ranchita campground. About a half mile. There are the water fountains. Hoping they work. Perfect. Another one over there. Just left the Mount Laguna store. Got a couple drinks, some nuts. Took a break and headed back now to the Burnt Ranchita campground so I can access the PCT there. Just left Burnt Ranchita campground. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty tempted to just find a campsite and stay there. I am bushed. So, thinking about 5 or 6 miles, should be able to find a spot. About 15 miles in for the day. And I think there's, according to Far Out, campsite in about 4 or 5 miles. Take that back. That first campsite is within a mile, so it's about 3:30. It's a little earlier than I'd like to stop, but check it out and see how nice it is. If not, it's a couple miles more to quite a few more opportunities. Well, this is it. So, this will do. Yeah. So I brought the Gossamer Gear, the one. This is one of the tents I left behind. And a lot of people, it's kind of a love-hate thing. I think the main reason is because it's still nylon. So if you're going to use it where it's going to rain a lot, it's going to absorb water and sag just a little bit. I've had it in some rain, light rain, and it sagged a little bit. I got out and tightened 2 or 3 of the guidelines and it was fine. But for drier climates, 17 ounces, the packability I would say is the best. I haven't seen a tent that packs smaller. I could pack it to the size of a grapefruit. So desert, dry climates, really great tent. Well, it's a pretty meager dinner tonight. So we got the appetizer, my favorite, chili and peanuts, a couple tuna packets. This one I have not had before, so looking forward to that one. Quest cookie and some peanut butter. Good morning. Day 2 of my 2-day Mt.Laguna backpacking loop. Great night last night. Went to about 50, no wind, and just super calm, peaceful. Slept really well. So I woke up about 5 and I am headed back now. I finished with about 17 miles yesterday, 2,500 feet of gain. And this morning I'll have about 11 or 12 back to the car. So I did not have my hot coffee because I left my stove in the car. So I had to do a cold coffee, which it works, but oh man, I missed that hot coffee. So Wooded Hill Trail is the next one I'm looking for. And I'm going to take that for a ways and connect to Meadow Spur Trail. That goes by Big Laguna Lake. Not sure there's any water left in it, but we will see. Just past the Agua Dulce trailhead, headed north on this fire road. There's a great view of Garnet Peak where I was yesterday. See if I can zoom in. Turned off on what the sign called Big Laguna Trail. So I'll take this for a while and hopefully take me up near Big Laguna Lake. It is really nice through here. I have never been in this part of Mount Laguna, but definitely come back to this area. So this area here is Chico Ravine, and there's a little spring back about 500 yards, and it's still flowing. So this is early October. It's a possible water source if you're doing a backpacking trip. 5.5 miles in today. Hoping another 5 or so. Be back at the car. It's really nice. It's probably high 50s, no wind. Perfect day. The lake's still pretty full. Gotta continue up the side. Then I'm gonna drop into that saddle. Now that's a Widowmaker pine cone. That's a big one. That probably weighs 2 pounds. I'm gonna get hit with that. So about 0.3 miles to Pine Creek Road. I'll happy to get there. A lot of mountain bikers through here. So if you have a weekend free and you want to put together a little loop up here, I highly recommend it. It's the first time putting this loop together, but I really enjoyed it. Good way to beat the heat too. It's about 100 in Anza Borrego, or just shy of that, so never got really over 85 up here. All right, almost back to the car. So that was 2 days backpacking in the Mt.Laguna area. Piece of the PCT, got some peaks in there. Big Laguna Lake. It was really nice. I'll throw the totals up at the end, but I'm thinking probably 25, 27 for both days total. 2,500 feet of gain. Hope you enjoyed the views. We'll catch you on the next one. There's Garnet Peak. Oh, always good feeling when you see the car.